What is going on, guys? MTG Modern. Today we're not playing a cat as our companion, we're playing a horror. Let's get into it. So for today's list, we're playing a donation list from Augie Doggy at tier 3 Patreon. Big thank you to you, Augie Doggy, for the subscription. So he pretty much told me, play Obosh as your companion in Burn and make it work. Do whatever you want for the deck. So here is where my thought process went. At the beginning, I was like, okay, so you need Obosh. I just didn't want to make like a red deck and just put Obosh in and literally never play it. So I really try to think of a way to make Obosh like somewhat of a relevant card. So at the beginning, I was really making a very aggressive mono red deck. So I didn't have Ragavan. I had more of a like prowess deck, Lava Dart and stuff, but I didn't want to make it prowess. I wanted to make it burn. So then I went for Rakdos version with Vexing Devil and Claim the Fame. But I finished like a 3-2 league and I did other playtesting, and I think just Vexing Devil and Claim to Fame is just a bit outdated as a strategy. A lot of good answers for 1-drops are in Modern right now, and your Vexing Devil is just even less powerful than what it was when it was played. So didn't get there with this. And I didn't really want to play like a Blood Moon list with just a Blood Moon main or side and cheese games. So I did some research, and of course, who is the better player for Obosh builds? It's Emayashi. So if you don't know him, I played some of his lists in the past. Very, very good player, playing a lot of mono red aggro, mono red burn and stuff, making a lot of brew and lists that he's making quite some good results. So I really based my list off of his because first off, I literally just did that even without checking his list. I put 4 guides, 4 Swiftspear, 4 Lava Spike, 4 Lightning Bolt, 4 Skewer, Rift Bolt, and Light Up. This was my core build. And then I was like, okay, now that I have all of these, what can I do to play Obosh? Like, how can I play Obosh if it's a 5-mana companion? So I decided to put Ragavan into my list. I considered the RC, but didn't give me the mana. Ragavan gives you the mana to play the Obosh. So I did that. And then I saw Musashi play Obosh Burn, and he literally like had very, very, very similar list of what I already built. And then I saw that his last spot was Bonecrusher Giant, and I think that was a pretty good ad because I was really I had 4 cards left pretty much, and I was really thinking, yeah, Seal of Fire was also one of the card I decided, because it works well with Obosh. You just keep them on the field, and then when you play your Obosh, you swing everything for 4 damage each. Then I was thinking about my last card, and of course, Bonecrusher Giant is not typically a burn card, but it's a way to have a 2-mana a turn 2 play on turn 2, so very good card. And it's also just a 3-mana 4/3 is a creature that you need to answer, and if you answer it, you deal 2 damage to you, so very good creature. So as you can see, I don't have the same sideboard as Emayashi. I have a bit of a different one, but you don't have like a million choices when you play a Moon Red with Obosh in cards in your side. So no Blood Moon. The reason is I didn't want to cheese games like with Ragavan Blood Moon, even though I think Blood Moon is a pretty good card right now. And I really wanted to try Den of the Bugbear, and I think if you play Blood Moon, this card becomes really less powerful. So that's why I'm only running 4 Horizon Lines rather than like 6 in my usual mono red builds, because I want to have enough mana to play Obosh and enough mana to play this. And I have as our last card Sokenzen, Crucible of Defiance, so making some 1/1s if we have like we're really flooding. This is like another Horizon type of card, but it doesn't deal damage to you, so pretty interesting. So my sideboard, what I did is I told myself, what do I need? I think 4 Relic is a bit of a must in a mono red Obosh list. Then you have like Pyrite Spellbomb that are also very, very good cards against all that it is protection and also creature little decks. And then I think you have like 6 spots that you choose whatever you want. I think Mr. Ashi put Pillage and Blast Zone. And I just replaced the Blast Zone with Claim the Firstborn, because I think Blast Zone is for like Hammer Time and Death Shadow. And this is pretty much the card for Death Shadow and Hammer Time. If I steal a creature with a hammer on it, it's gonna keep the hammer and can swing with it. And if I steal a Shadow and have more than 13 life, it's just gonna instant kill it. So I think that's a pretty good card for those matchups. And this is for UI control and Murktide. Just 3 Exquisite Firecraft I think is pretty powerful, since a card that people tend to forget, and it's still a very powerful card. The big problem I have with my list is that I don't have Artifact Hate, so if my opponent plays a Chalice, I am kind of screwed. So we're just need to skip Chalices, and that's pretty much it. So what do you think of this build? Obosh Burn. So yeah, deck donation, very big thank you to Augie Doggy. So I've talked a lot. I think most people would have skipped by now. So let's go to round number 1, and please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like this list, and I'll see you guys in round number 1. All right, let's go. Okay, round number 1, we're gonna show a companion. We are on the draw. We don't have creature as a 1-drop. Don't really count Bonecrusher Giant. So this hand looks more like a mid-rangey hand than a burn hand. But we do have light up the stage. I could like go for then go and turn to spike light up. Still somewhat awkward if my opponent runs discard spells or counter spells. But it's still a good mix of lands and spells, so I'm just gonna give it a go. I don't think it's the best hand around, but I'm not sure if this is a clear mulligan. Opponent plays a Ragavan. We top deck a Bonecrusher Giant. So I think we're gonna go for Stomp the Ragavan turn 2, so I'm just gonna Lava Spike their face. They could be on Death Shadow, but my guess would be just John Saga here. Maybe John Death Shadow. Okay. I think we're just discarding a Bonecrusher. Okay, Ragavan is pretty interesting. I think I'm going to go for Ragavan Dash on them. Down to 10. Trigger. Goyf is really good. Unfortunately, we cannot cast it. And I think I'm going to go for Light Up the Stage. And we got land Riftbolt. Riftbolt is our worst hit in the deck because we cannot suspend it. They gotta light up the stage, that's pretty good. Our opponent's getting really low. There have been shocking a lot. So they did a lot of the damage for us. I think here we're just discarding Mountain. Don't need really more than 3 lands in this type of matchup. I think we're just gonna try to go for burn their face. I think I'm just gonna use everything I have in my power. So I'm gonna use the Riftbolt as a 3-mana deal 3. And we still have 8 burn in hand. We're going to discard the Ragavan. So I'm pretty sure they're maybe holding 1 removal spell. So we're just gonna discard the Ragavan here. Here we go. unfortunate. They're probably gonna get Lightning Bolt. I mean, that's pretty much the best choice here. I don't think Bonecrusher is that good. Yep. They bolt my face. Okay, so let's go for Suspend Rift Bolt. Pass turn. So here in the long run, I think we're gonna win. We just need them not to hit like something like a Shadow Spear. Alting Liliana, I think, would be stupid here. So I think we're just gonna take it. Discarding probably a Skewer. Doesn't really matter since all of our burn. Oof, okay, so we need to kill them soon. So I'm just going to discard the Skewer since okay, they bolt my face, sure. Yeah. Discarding Skewer here. So the plan here is to stomp, Riftbolt, top deck a burn spell. If we don't top deck a burn spell, we can just play the Bonecrusher in the face of Ragavan. Of course, they can minus, but we're hoping to draw a burn spell, which we do. So very nice. Pretty straightforward game against John. Sorry for my coughing. John actually took like 5 damage from their own card, so that was good. I think we can almost bring Claim the Firstborn for maybe Goyf. We can steal a Goyf, swing with it for like 5 damage, could be interesting. Or we could just bring like Relic, and that would be it. We're on the draw, so I think our worst card, of course, is Skewer the Critics against a discard deck. But after that, I think Seal of Fire is pretty bad against like Goyf. So maybe we just take out the Seal of Fire. Ragavan is also sorry. Ragavan is also not great against a removal deck and in the face of Goyf. So maybe it's just Ragavan. We can control the Seal of Fire somewhat, so yeah, that's fine. Oh my god, sorry. Sorry. Alright, Obosh. Yeah, I think that's a fine hand. We don't have a creature, but against John, it's not that helpful since they have a lot of removal spell. So turn 1, Riftbolt, turn 2, light up the stage, see what we get. Fetch Shock again, so I'm really shows to me that it could be just this Shadow. It's really interesting here. I can steal the Ragavan and then kill it with my Bolt. Or like hope we get a removal spell from them. I'm really tempted to just do that. We get the free mana here. And we can get Inquisition and a lot of burn spells or just a 1-drop. We get a land. Fortunate. So let's just suspend a Riftbolt and pass. Honestly, Ragavan cannot hit a lot of good stuff in our deck, like burn spells, maybe creatures, but most of the hits are not that great. Sunbaked Canyon, sure. If you tell me they didn't have a second land and I didn't kill... Okay, they had a Ran, so... If I just kill the Ragavan, maybe they were just stuck on one land. That's fine. They fetch shock, they're going to continue to fetch. Eventually we're going to get them with just burn spells. Let's go for light up. We got a Rift Bolt. We're gonna play Sealfire. Pass turn. Honestly, I think there's an argument to kill the Ragavan because they might be stuck on lands. But now with the Ren in 6, might not be the best idea. I think we just take it, honestly. They're gonna go down to 9 with the Seal of Fire. They're getting really low here. I think the plan is just going face. At this point, we've got a lot of burn. They continue to fetch every single turn. They take chip damage. We just don't want to see a Goyf at this point. Sure, they can take the bolt. Take the Bonecrusher. Okay, sure. Okay, now they take the bolt and they drain us. So bad stuff. Boomer John playing some collective brutality. Not great. I'm still feeling like fine here. They're at 10. We have 4 damage in hand. They're not killing us too fast here. Yeah, we're just gonna discard this Goblinguide. The big problem, honestly, is Ren getting his ult and just doing collective brutality every single turn. I don't think we can kill the Ragavan again. We're just a bit too... we're looking for burn spells. Sure. Okay, suspend. So we still have 1 turn before Ren's ultimate. So if we top deck a 3 mana burn spell, 3 damage burn spell, we win the game. And we have a lot of that. Or we could just... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. We could just get Light Up the Stage and get a burn spell. And my coughing is worse than I thought. So we're taking right now 5 damage. Okay, they're playing Bonecrusher also. So we're going down to 2. If they hit a burn spell, we're dead. They do hit a burn spell, but they cannot cast it. Actually, yes, they can. They can fetch and cast it. So yeah, pretty close game. Thinking about it, we should have killed the Ragavan. I think the Ragavan took the game away. We wouldn't have won anyway. On the play, Ragavan is really more powerful than on the draw, obviously. Let's just take out the Sealfires. Maybe a Rift Bolt in this deck is worse than Sealfire because of Light of the Stage. Yeah, if we just bolted Ragavan turn 1, this game would have been different. Way different. I literally always bolt Ragavan just turn 1 just this time around. I don't know why I didn't do it. Kind of stupid on my part. Sand is good enough, I think. We got pretty lucky that they didn't get Goif like game 1 or 2. Because it's the best card in the matchup. Okay. Play Relic. And just Lava Spike your face. Since we have Seal of Fire, we don't need to hold Lightning Bolt. Okay. Let's just do that. Ragavan, dash. And pass turn. They can force the EE crack if they really want to, which is fine. Sure. Take my Crusher. Okay. We're gonna force the EE. We have another Ragavan anyway, so it's fine. Fortunate didn't get a third land. The thing is, our opponent has 0 pressure right now, so it doesn't really matter if we don't have the biggest threats on the board, because they don't do anything right now. Ren 6 is just not good enough. That's pretty good. And the thing is, if they play a Goif, we're just gonna steal it and do a lot of damage with it. Okay. Now, is their last card Tarmogoyf? Okay, cool. Nothing again from the Ragavan, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Second Urza Saga is a problem. Okay. Okay, let's trade our Ragavan with a Construct. We're in trouble. Those sagas are just really going to run us out. We just need to draw 2 burn spells though. And we're good. Goblin Guide. Damn. It's really unlucky draws. A lot of nothing cards that do nothing. The Shadow Spear just going to win the game, I think. Like, we could put Obosh into our hand, play it next turn. That would probably be our best play. We could attack with this, but they would just make a construct, trade with it. I think Obosh is probably the best blind here. Hope to get lucky next turn with our burn spell. Go. No. All right. Yeah, I think we just got really unlucky with our draws. Rough times. Guess we're just gonna take it for now. Okay. I mean, sure. Yeah. And now we're just dead on the swing back. We need them to make a mistake and block here, but yep. Alright. Rough round. Let's go to the next one. Alright, round number 2. We're on the play this time. Hello. Alright. Again, no creature. Very unfortunate. We're playing a lot of 1-drops. And didn't get them a lot. Yeah, we're gonna keep Kahira's, probably blue-white control. Or elementals. So I think against blue-white control, 2 light up the stage is pretty good to get a maximum value and like going to go for a lot of what? Okay. Fetch shock. Okay. Light up the stage. Okay, not bad. Let's go for a spike and go. Next turn, Stomp, light up. Okay. We're just playing against Elemental straight up. Opponent's already at 11. On turn 2. Pretty good. I'm guessing they're going for... Okay. Interesting. Was not expecting that. I'm just going to stomp their face. And light up the stage. Oof, okay. A lot of burn. We can just kill the Marinere, honestly. But we can also just go face and play paid attacks. Doesn't really matter. We're pretty close from killing them, but because of the Marinere, we're not quite there. So, okay. I think I'm going for this. Kill this. Yes. Then bolt you. They have like only 3 mana, so that's not even good enough to do Omnath. So I think we're good here. We can just take our time killing the Marinere. Theft, yeah, that's fine. I think this game was pretty straightforward. Okay. Honestly, I'm not sure what we have for this matchup. Like, usually they don't really run counter spells. So this is also not that good. I think we just go like this. Of course, Ragavan is honestly not very good. They have like a bunch of blockers. But if it can trade with like a Marinere or Risen Reef, I think that's fine with me. Sure. Uh-huh. We're just gonna do that straight up, make an attack with our Ragavan, get a mana. Okay. Let's go for light up the stage, trying to get our lands. Didn't get our lands, but Swiftspear Bolt is not too bad. And they just concede. Alright. Alright. Sure. Let's go to the next round. Alright, round number 3. We're on the play again. Sure. That's a pretty good hand. Okay. Interesting. They're not playing Obosh, though. They're just red Ragavan. So I'm really curious of what they're playing. Bolt, okay. Not Obosh, though. So maybe just straight up red value, mono red aggro, but not Obosh. Oh, never mind. Gruul midrange. Sure, run 6 with no fetch. Seems bad. And we revealed Bolt and they decided not to play it. That's pretty interesting to me. Okay. Let's go for the greedy plan. So, Spike. Light up, try to get our second line, our third line rather. Didn't get there. Swing. So we could have went for light up the stage, Goblinguide, right at the stage post combat. I think that would have been fine also, but I wanted to get my third land plus Goblinguide. I think our opponent is pretty dead here. Unless they have like life gain or counter spells. What is going on here? Hmm. All right. Really not sure what they're on. So in that case, I'm just gonna run it back. Don't want to bring Exquisite Firecraft if I'm not 100% sure they have counterspell. I don't think Relic is that worth it if they're only green. If their only graveyard stuff is Ren and 6. So just going for that. Uh, sure. I think the only card that this hand's missing is a easy way to kill Ragavan, but I think it's fine. Still have a Skewer. Okay, that's an easy way of killing a Ragavan. This might be Scape Shift. I really am not sure. Like Temur Midrange, but this is not Rhinos. I'm not sure if it would be Control. Yeah. Okay. Whenever a line is put into your graveyard from anywhere, +1/+1 on remove a 3+ to return it to its owner's hand. When it leaves the battle, return up to 3 lands from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Interesting. Let's try to get our lands for next turn. Nice. This is like a somewhat of a win con, but pretty bad. Like Euro style card, but not Euro. Like this just dies to Bolt. Seems a bit weak. Like we're just gonna go Spike, Skewer, Swing. And they have 0 lands in their grave. This was literally a 3-mana 3/3. Okay. Okay. A 4/4. Sure. I don't think playing Ragavan is great here, considering they could just get ping. So let's just pass. You got a Swiftspear. Let's see which creatures attack with. Only the Ragavan, sure. Like, what's the worst thing they could get? Not a lot of things. Another creature is kind of annoying. End of turn, stump your face. Alright, that was pretty easy. Looks like my opponent was not running counter spells or any sort of good interaction for us, so this was just pretty bad card overall. Just didn't do much. They just spent 3 mana, we just Skewer the Critics it, and then we trade with our guide and a stomp, which is fine for us. Just too slow of a card. Nice brew though, but maybe looking more for more cards against the burn deck, considering burn punishes those type of decks. So let's go to the next round. All right, round 4, we're on the play again. Very cool. 1, 2, 3. Sure. Man, Bonecrusher is so good of a card. Really, always fun to play this card. Oof, Tron. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a rough one. Unless we top deck a 1-mana hasty creature now. Yeah. Boom. I guess I could have waited if they were E-Tron. Could have went for Firebolt, but I do want to play my Crusher next turn. Put maximum pressure as we can and hope they don't have turn 3 Tron. If they are classic Tron, but they're more than likely classic Tron being on Chromatic to start turn 1. Ooh. Yeah. Not good. Not looking good. Oh, Silver Scrying. Yeah, this is a turn 3 Tron. Okay, let's see if we can be fast enough to beat them. Okay. Let's say it's a pretty good top deck. I think we're just going for that for maximum damage, since if they Karn or Worm Carl next turn, might not be able to get for more than 3 damage with the Swiftspear. And if we play like Bonecrusher and just Karn it, I don't think it's gonna help us that much. At least with this play, we deal 3 right now with the Swiftspear. So maybe they don't have a payoff right now. And they're going to need to dig for one. Don't really have much for Tron. Don't have Pillage or Blood Moon. I think this is just literally what we just have a main deck for Tron. In retrospection, I think I could have like taken out 1 Firecraft, 1 Claim the Firstborn for 2 Blood Moon or 2 Pillage. But I wanted to play more of a burn deck than a just like Ragavan Cheese Blood Moon turn 2 deck. Considering the goal was to make an Obosh Burn deck. Like, I already feel bad a bit of having Ragavan in my deck, but I think it's a bit necessary if you want to play Obosh. Even with all of our mana, Obosh didn't do much in this league. Opponent, hello. I think the big problem with making an Obosh Burn deck is that you need to ask yourself when you have a companion, is my companion more worth it than just having no restrictions in my deck? So does having Obosh help us like have a better overall burn deck? And honestly, Obosh costs a lot to play. Like Lurrus had 0 restrictions, and it was 3 mana creature. So having to cut Eidolon, Searing Blaze, Boros Charm, Helix, Smash, so many good 2 mana cards is pretty rough, in my opinion. So, like, I think if you play Obosh, you just rather play a mono red value deck, like just mono red aggro or mono red mid-range deck, or just not play Obosh and just play burn, normal burn. Because at the beginning I built a non-Ragavan burn deck, but it just felt like I never had enough mana to do my Obosh. Now I have a little more mana with Ragavan, but not that much. I tried a couple of versions of Obosh Burn with like Ragdos and stuff. Just never quite felt right, and even with this version, which is like Ayashi's version, like very, very close to it. Just feel like playing Mono Red aggro might be just better. Sure. What are you getting? Trinity Sphere. Sure. Let's go for this. Swing on them. I don't think killing the Karn really helps that much. We could go for it if they block with like an Wormcrow engine. We can go for a swing with both. They block. Actually, not sure. Maybe I should have killed the Karn there, because swinging with my creatures might be my only out. Actually, no, I can just wait. If I don't attack, they cannot attack. Yeah, it's fine. And I have a couple burn spells that cost 3, like Skewer and Riftbolt. I think my best top deck here is Riftbolt. No, actually Skewer, because this gives me lethal. No, it doesn't. Riftbolt is my best top deck. Because I can suspend Riftbolt, hold Bonecrusher Giant. They swing, we block, we seal fire on Swiftspear. We Bonecrusher Giant their face, we swing for 4, plus the Riftbolt, plus the other 2 is lethal. Wow, we actually did it. Doesn't mean that we're going to win, but helps us a lot. So now they can actually not swing, because if they do, we're good. Okay, so the plan is block before damage, kill this. Next turn, swing for 4, plus 2, plus 3. That should be lethal. We just need them to not play another creature or kill my Crusher. Okay. Okay, so now our only outs are skewers and rift bolts. Yeah, I should have killed this Karn. That was my bad. Still have 4 skewers in my deck. Possible. Okay, that's a card. Nope. 2 guides. Alright, pretty close game. Yeah, I should have killed the Karn. So yeah, I think I have nothing. So let's just go with that. Not gonna bring Pyrite Spellbomb against a Karn deck. So these were not great today, but we didn't just face we didn't face the matchups that were we're on run 4, so we might face a matchup for them. So it's like we need them against like smaller creatures, Core Firewalkers, Sanctifiers, and back. We could have brought them against Elementals for Ragavans. Yeah, I think we could have done that. But today, I think Blood Moon would have been great. We faced a couple of decks with greedy mana base, like Temur, Giant, with Urza Sagas, Elementals, Tron. So yeah, I think 2 Blood Moons in this side would have been pretty great. Too light. Yeah, let's keep. Think we just play Ragavan and say go. Since we're on the play, we can go Ragavan, turn 2 Swiftspear, Soulfire, turn 3 potentially a kill. If we draw another burn spell. Like, against a deck that you know that they have a lot of removal spell, you go for Swiftspear first, but against Tron, they don't interact with you, so you play Ragavan. Got to keep in mind of that Chalice, because, like I said, we don't have an answer for that in our deck. So they could have, like, this member for the Ragavan, but they want to take 4. I'm happy with it. Sure. There's really nothing in Tron that I would want to play, I think, so we're just going to swing first for 1 more damage. Play this. We get a forest. Okay. So here, if I top deck a 1 mana burn spell, I can 9, 11, 12, 15 damage, or one of plus 2. Yeah. So 1 mana burn spell, I win. So 2 mines. Yeah, we won the game. They're not getting Tron until 2 turns. Oh yeah, that also does it. Oh, we could have cast a Nulamog. Alright, let's go to game 3. That was a turn 3 kill. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. That's what you call a bad hand. Really, really bad hand. That's small. Sure. Let's put a Ragavan and Monkey to the bottom. Bottom mulligans to 4. Classic Tron plays. 3 Tron lands and a Karn are just a payoff. Okay. Oh. Okay. Bone is in trouble. Top deck one of the Tron lands. Good for them. Sure. Still have a game. But it's like I was on the play. Because they just skipped their turn 2. I mean, if we top deck like nothing, and they just slam a Worm Curl in our face next turn, can't do much about that. I might just put Obosh into my hand and keep the treasure. We're gonna see. Okay, never mind. play guide. Okay, not Tron. Relic. Nah, I think I'm just putting Obosh in my hand. Because Obosh is actually an out to Worm Coil. We can just play Obosh plus Bolt, that's 6. Or potentially Obosh plus Bolt Face. But right now we have 6 on board and a Bolt, so our opponent needs to deal with the board first. Yeah. It's not gonna be good enough. Like, there's nothing at 3 mana that saves them. Even if they kill one of my creatures. Yep. I'm just gonna play, like... That should be good. Yep. Alright, nice game, opponent. Let's go to our last round. Alright, last round of the league. Again on the play. So far, all of our rounds that we were on the play, we won. And all of them that we were not, we lost. So, good sign. That's a keep for sure. We don't know what we're up against. I think in the blind Goblin Guide is probably better. But honestly, Ragavan can just cheese games. Like, if our opponent has nothing, just wins the game on the spot in a lot of matchups. So obviously, I think the good play is Goblin Guide. But I want to... Whenever I'm playing a new deck, I just really want to make more experimentation plays. So, Goblin Guide. Okay. Trigger. Oh, okay. Liliana. Cannot play her. Let's pass. Okay, so I think my opponent is on mono black with Cobble Coffers and Urborg. The deck that plays like a billion of big payoffs cards. So I think this is a good matchup for us because they don't have a lot of interaction except like discarding our cards, but like their payoff are really slow, and in that time we can just win the game. I cannot cast this, so we're gonna cast Skewer and Spike because they discard our cards often. So we have a Lava Spike in our hand. Pass turn. They cannot really fetch. It's an awkward fetch. They need to have like Inquisition. Thoughtseize it's not gonna do it. Yep. Nice. Alright, so against mono black stuff. Honestly, we don't have anything for the matchup also. So yeah. My sideboard card was designed against more specific decks, like this is really for Control and Murktide. This is for Hammer Time and Shadow. Relic is for graveyard decks. They play like Cling to Dust, but that's the only graveyard card they play, so I'm not sure Relic is really worth it to bring in. think that's a mole. Yeah. Okay, I guess we can keep this, but we need one land. Our hand is pretty pretty much the same, so okay, they take a guide, sure. Rift Bolt, it's cool. Whoa, another Inquisition, okay. If they have like Inquisition plus removal spell, it's rough. Oh, that's fine. That's just a 2-1. That's pretty bad. Just remove it. If they had a removal spell, they would have gone for removal plus Inquisition. So pretty sure this Goblingguide is pretty valuable right now. They could have Liliana of the Veil for next turn, but if they go Lily -2 go, that's like still slow, and we're gonna MTR our hand. Okay, so it looks like they don't have Lily, and it looks like this Goblingguide is still going to get in. So far it's gonna be 6 damage. That's quite a lot. Okay, that's pretty nice. Light up. Very good top deck. Ragavan. So now if they have Lily next turn, they're going to be protected. They draw a removal spell, but that's fine. We drew another creature. Think just our Ragavan is just going to take the removal spell. That's going to be pretty much it for their turn. Okay, so let's stomp your face. So they're not getting their third land, and this Goblingguide has dealt 8 damage. Okay, so next turn is going to be Expedition Map Go, and we're just going to win in 2 turns. So, yeah. They need lands for their deck to work, and they just didn't give that. So they need like Climb to Dust right now. Another map. Yep, they're not getting their lands. This is not the game for them. Yeah. Alright. I think overall this is a pretty good matchup. So, okay, 4-1. Monastery Obosh. Burn. Well, Obosh Burn, rather. Let's go for a small wrap-up. Alright, so 4-1, we lost to Giant, and if you remember, I think I sideboarded a bit badly, bringing this and might not have been the best choice. Also, we got a bit unlucky with our draws in game 3, so yeah, there's that. Other than that, the deck feels pretty powerful. Honestly, it's a burn deck with Ragavan. Ragavan is just going to win the game sometimes because it's a creature that deals damage and gives you mana. That's very, very powerful. Ragavan is just a overall super powerful card. Unfortunately, we didn't get to activate Den today. This is like the main reason why we were not playing Blood Moon. But that's fine. It's there to help you out when you need it. We just didn't need it today. 4-1. That is fine with me. I think we could have changed maybe our sideboard. We played really, like I said at the beginning, this is a really specific sideboard. So Blue-White Control, Murktide, Hammer Time, the Shadow, all pro white cards and creature decks, small creature decks, and graveyard. So maybe like Blood Moon or Chartering Spray maybe could have been better. But honestly, I think when you have a one color red and Obosh as restriction, you don't have a million choice to choose. So we really go with what you want to beat, and I wanted to beat Murktide, Blue-Eyed Control, Hammer, Dead Shadow, and I did my sideboard for that. Just didn't get any of those matchups. So yeah, there's that. So I think it was a lot of fun to think. Like, it's a bit unfortunate that I thought about a lot of decks, but eventually I just went with Mayashi's list because I think his list was just generally the best version of Burn Obosh. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the list today. Really thank you again for the Patreon tier 3 for the suggestion of red, mono red. Well, he didn't say mono red, he said Obosh Burn, so there's Obosh Burn. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more burn content, and I'll see you guys in another video. See ya. Bye bye, guys.